My squash plants are about to die. And I'm kind of happy about it. Okay, wait, let me explain. I feel like my squash plants stress me out the most out of all the plants in my garden because I made a big mistake. This is my first year gardening and I made the mistake of overcrowding my containers because, you know, they start off as these like small seedlings. So I was like, okay, I'll just put a bunch in the container and this should be all right. But then I started to realize that, they need more room to grow. Just like people, we need room to grow. But like our plants need more room to grow. And I feel like I caught it with some other plants. Like I caught it with my tomatoes in time to like give them more room. And then with my pepper plants, I also overcrowded those too. But they still fruited though. But the thing is with my squash plant, it was too late. They were growing too big and it was just too unruly for me to check and I could not separate them. Those roots were like too deep and there were two foundations, so I could not check them. But then that's not the only thing with my squash plant. Like I said, they were unruly as hell. I did not know how big and like how much squash plants grow out. So I didn't put like a support pillar for them to like grow up on time. So like I was trying to like get them together and collect them so that they can start like growing, I guess, in a more vertical way and like have more room, but it was kind of too late. So I had an unruly ass squash plant that I was like constantly trying to like maintain. I didn't know that. I wasn't sure like if you pruned them or not, and then eventually I learned that you do prune them. So it was like a lot. They were a lot for me. So now that the season is finally over, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of relief that I no longer have to water that plant. I no longer have to like think about it. I did get a few like good squash plants out of them, but they were like really small. Like I said, I feel like if you overcrowd your containers, you may still get fruit, but they'll be like really small. With the squash plants though, I think they were really good. And I think if you want like maybe a little bit of a different variety of like a veggie and you want like a smaller veggie, overcrowd your containers. I guess that's a lesson. I think that was like fun to like see the different little variables and factors that go into gardening this year. That was like really fun to see. And next year, I'm gonna make sure I set those squash plants up for success. But yeah, that's how my gardening went. RIP to my squash plant. There's a baby zucchini. Oh my goodness. Since I saw a couple of veggies on them, I decided to give it one last water.